Hi, this is Kim Pinkney and welcome to my channel. Alright, so today is, let's see, we're doing the 23rd day of Inktober, and our prompts are Ancient Todoroki, so Ancient from the Inktober challenge list, and Todoroki from, I think his name is Shoto or Shoto, Todoroki from My Hero Academia. So I was thinking that now I have to encroach into the dark part of my jacket, and I'll show you what I mean. I am virtually out of space, so I'll give you a quick tour, and I didn't want to put him underneath my arm because, you know, there's friction and stuff like that, and plus I have big freaking arms. There is a little space right here, but I am not sure if I have the means of, you know, securing it just right. I could probably work this, but I think I'll put something else here on the sleeves because it's so awkward to do. I can't like secure it with my hoop and stuff. So all along, this is the back side of the jacket. And I've got numbers 14 through like 20 or something like that on the back. So this hoop is in the way, but this is where I'm going to put him. Let's see. Okay, so we got the front here. Yuki's going to take up the front. I'm going to have like his jacket and stuff like that all right here. I'm probably going to repaint him white and then try to start over and see if I can cover up the black from the backing that I have here. But it's like this wasn't quite dry, and it just like became like a glue, and then when I peeled it off, it was like, no! Okay, so I don't really have any space right here in the front. You know, I could probably put like a little mascot or something like that there. Something I could put like little symbols or something like that there. There's really not a lot of space right now that I'm looking at where I could put a card. I'm trying to avoid putting it like right where, well, I could probably put it here, but it would, a lot of stuff would be in the way. And again, I'd have underneath the arm. This is one of the things I was afraid of. There's like part of this sleeve, and but the black is wide open right now. Even the hood is pretty open. But the thing with black, okay, so here's the other sleeve, and again I got white space down here, but it's really hard to secure, and I don't know. Maybe I might put somebody else there. Maybe I might put words there. I'm not sure. And I definitely don't want to put it on the underside, where I'd have to lift up my arm to show this off. So the black is where it's at, and finally I picked up some graphite paper. Ordered this online a couple days ago, and it just got here yesterday. So I'm going to see if I can get this onto the white and see if this works. The other stuff that I had bought was just tracing paper, and that just about made me cry. It was so embarrassing. I showed it on screen to see if it would work, and it was really frustrating. So in order to paint on the black, I've got to prime it with white. I got to have some sort of surface to put my picture on. So this is going to take a bit of planning, because I plan on putting the rest of Inktober in the black, and on the hood and stuff like that. So I'm thinking that maybe I can get, let's see, there's one, if I overlap some of the cards, I should be able to get at least 3 or 4 cards on here. Let's see, I don't want to go this way with them, because I'm thinking about putting a bigger character like Hisoka, like right here. So I'm going to have the cards laid down, because I know that sometimes what is it called, when they play Yu-Gi-Oh, that they have what is it called, like a diagonal type of look to it. So again, I'm getting this message that my video settings are bad, so if you guys happen to pop in, and you have a problem seeing my stream, please let me know, because I have no idea how to fix this. But anyway, I digress. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put him sideways and then just kind of break the border. So I need to design that and figure out how much space I actually have to work with. So if I have the card laying down, well, actually I didn't want him any higher than the card. So if he was going to be put, I'd have him about this high. So I'm going to put a mark on my tracing paper that I don't want him any higher than a card. So that's about card size right there. And then the card itself is going to be laying on its side. So when I do this, I want to be able to see the name. Okay, so the character will be about right here. So that gives me plenty of space. Excellent, excellent. Okay, so I'm going to do the card kind of at an angle. I'm going to give it its full length. And then just kind of angle it in. There we go. So it looks like it's laying down. Let's see if I do it this way. There we go. Kind of force the perspective a bit. And then, let's see. I'm going to do my lines just really quick. It won't be perfect, definitely. Let's see. So if I just want to make sure I have plenty of space. So about right here. Okay, is where the curve will be. And I'll just angle it this way. Luckily, ancient is a giant word, so I can get away with this. And then I'll just clean up my lines before I go ahead and get started. Okay, so now we're in the groove here. Let me go ahead and start drawing. Okay, so I looked up Todoroki and I looked up ancient. So another thing I'm going to have to do is let's see. I need to prime the area. So I'm going to draw him out, and then I'm going to see if I can put some lines down, and then as a silhouette. And then I'm going to see if I can go ahead and fill that with white, throw it under a fan, and see if I can at least get that started so that on my way to work I can at least do some drawing or painting to keep going. I don't want to lose the momentum, but you know, I only have so many hours in the day that I can work on this, and then I gotta eat, I gotta sleep, I gotta work. But I know that probably on the 31st, since I don't have a prompt for the 31st, I'll just use it as a day to just clean up everything and finalize the jacket. And then after that, it is what it is. Or I could just keep working on it, you know, because it's turning out really cute, and I'm really enjoying this challenge. And oh my god, make no mistake, it is a frickin' challenge. Alright, so Todoroki. With him breaking the border, I have a lot more space to play with than if I just stay within the square. So I'm going to kind of have him break the border similar to Bakugo. Down here, where he's coming out of his card. He's a weirdo coming out of his card, and I figure that the kids from My Hero Academia would be more apt to do that sort of thing, especially this guy right here. So, same thing with you can tell my favorites. I really give it a lot here. So like here's another character that I love, and he's busting out of his card, and I have a lot more space to play with. So, okay, let's play with some space here. I'm going to turn him, Todoroki, into a samurai. So that's as ancient as I can possibly get for Japanese. So I picked out a few pictures that I might be able to use. And if you're a fan like me of My Hero Academia, well, you'd probably know how to pronounce his name better. And I had to look it up because I couldn't put the face to the name. We'll start with his head. And I'm using a Japanese samurai holding a katana. Oh crap, he's holding a katana. Okay, this is gonna make it a little awkward. Okay, so I'm gonna have to slide him over a bit so I can fit the katana into my space here, because I figure if I can stay in this realm. Let's see, I got space on the side here, so if I do put him on there with the katana, let's see, if I put him about right here, he's going to take up all this space here. See, the easy thing would be to just draw straight on here, but I don't like the stray pencil lines. Let's see, so if I do this, his katana will end up right here. I might have to change my pose or slide him over. So I think I'll slide him over. Yeah, I have to change his pose just a bit. And I'll slide him over. And I gotta stay away from this edge here. That's gonna be a pisser. Okay, let's see. Alright. But I don't want him to go beyond this boundary here. Not too much. I don't mind him being above it, but I need to be able to see the number and the name. Let's see. Okay, let's try again. Okay, so the mark that I made was about this level. So we'll have him do this sort of thing. But then again, I want to be able to see the pose that he's going to be in is going to make the eye look this way. And he's on the very edge, so I'm going to have to move him off the area that I've got him on the jacket further over. Okay, so that's no problem then. Okay, so we'll just keep him in this position. Okay, so his pose is going to be kind of like this. I'm going to have him step on the number just a little bit. And then we'll kind of bring him out of the card just a smidge, about right here. That way we can show off his armor. And I want to play off of his uniform, his outfit, just a bit. So I'm taking a picture of a samurai, and then I'm going to add some of the same elements that he has on his, not only his school uniform, but his costume, his hero costume. For some reason his costume doesn't, like, I'm trying to visualize it, and I'm going to have to look at a picture to see exactly what the costume looks like. But I know it's blue. Let's see, his head is here. And what I like about this character is that, let's see, I can't take up too much space over there, so I'm going to have to bring him over a little bit. I need to make sure that that samurai sword is going to be like right here. His arm is going to be about right here. And then he's got the big shoulder. So I'm like taking the pose from this picture that I'm looking at of a samurai. And then I'm just going to apply it to our guy. Okay. Yeah, they wore a lot of stuff on their armor. I guess to be decorative and also intimidating, and protective, you know, protective gear. Okay, I don't know all the pieces, And at this point I don't have time to look it up. But, so I probably won't be able to tell you the proper names of everything that I'm drawing. And I think I'll downsize it just a bit. Yeah, there's a lot of elements here. Okay, so, since he's a character that, he has dual powers. He's got fire and I think water or ice. I think it's ice. On one side of him, and you know, fire is going to be on this side that I'm working on right now. So this is going to be the side that's going to hold his samurai sheath, and that's going to be peeking out about like right here, and that's going to be on fire. And he doesn't like to use his fire because that reminds him of too much of his dad's power. So he prefers to use his mom's power, which has the samurai sword on it. So the sword itself is going to be ice. So we'll draw that in. Yeah, it sucks that this is only, you know, a daily thing. Because if it was something I could extend over a week or so, I could really do this up. But I can only devote a day to this to really design it and come up with the idea. Yeah, it's funny. I kind of panic a bit trying to come up with ideas. Let me see. I think there's like a little diamond shape here. Yeah, so I got the prompts, and even getting it a month or two in advance, I still didn't know what I was going to do. It's not until like the last minute that I finally decided to do Inktober and AnimeTober, and even then I'm still designing, you know, how I want it to go, how I want it to make it work. You know, and it's funny. I've been like that like ever since I was a kid. In school, like we had to write stuff. Essays and convincing arguments and things like that of stuff that we've learned, and I guess it's supposed to reinforce the lessons or something like that. And this is all, this side is going to be ice. I'm going to put like a little, I need to find a symbol for ice, and then on this side I'm going to put a symbol for fire. So I'll have like fire like this, and then ice like an ice cube or something like that, or I don't know. I have to figure out how to make ice look good. Primitive. We'll have, it's going to be like a really small circle. So you just put a ice cube on here. Like a 3D ice cube, even though it should have been 2D. But how do you make a 2D ice? Anyway. Okay, so I got those right there. Okay, I'm gonna put his face in a samurai helmet, and even the helmet's gonna have like elements of ice on it somehow. I should have gave myself more time on this. Maybe I'll see if I can hop on tonight and see if I can work on it some more, because there's going to be some crazy detail in this. I think he's going to be the most detailed character on here. Let's see. And I apologize if I start a sentence and then don't complete the thought. I'm not used to speaking while I'm drawing, but if I have any insights to my thought process, I'll let you know, which means I might forget what I was talking about in the meantime. So I apologize if it frustrates anybody because it drives me absolutely insane. I'm like, especially if I go back to look at what I had done, sometimes I go back to watch my video to like remember, how the hell did I do that again? Yeah, because it's like I've noticed that once there's billions of lines and etchings and whatnot that I'm putting on here, but there's so much that the mind, once you put it down, the mind kind of like, okay, it's there, it's done. There's no muscle memory to it. It's just, okay, on to the next line, on to the next edge. And I ended up starting to like watching my videos, the speed videos, because then it would kind of bring back that memory. It's like, oh, yeah, I remember I was having a hard time with that part. Because I don't remember. I've drawn so much that it's like, why should I remember this? It's not like it's like a one and done type of thing. I was there, honest. I have my pause. I have the image. But, like when I draw for other people, I forget that I had drawn pictures for them. So every now and then, like on Facebook or in one of my Facebook memories or something like that, it pops up images of things that I've drawn for others. And I'm like, oh yeah, snap, I remember that. Vaguely. I remember I had done a birthday picture for a birthday caricature for a friend of mine. She was giving it to one of her friends, and she would frame it for them and give it as a gift. And I forgot I had done it until I saw like a Facebook memory of me posting it. Let's see. So I would come across stuff like that. Okay, so his face. Let's see. I was going to have it facing right at us. Let me see if I can find a face, what he looks like when he turns his head slightly. There I want to be accurate so that you guys will recognize him. The trick though is that there's so many different images of this guy. Let's see. That's a nice one. Okay. I hate that it's so small. I had been spoiled by drawing on the iPad, that I find myself wanting to do this to make it bigger. That's how I almost did that on another picture. I wanted it big so bad that I was like doing this with my hands, and I'm like, dumb bunny, you're playing with paper here. All you're going to do is smear it. It's not going to get any bigger. Okay, so that's when I will rely on my camera to help me see. Maybe it might make it a little bigger for me. Not with my big ass hand in the way. Okay, so no pressure now that I've got it going like this. Let's see. Now, most of the anime people have their mouth like wide open. It's like, ah. But this guy's not like that. He's more subtle. He's more cool and collected. And I think he the samurai thing works for him. So I'll keep his mouth a little bit small. say I'm a serious samurai. Keep him looking serious. We'll throw his hair in the way. That way we can see red on this side and white on the other. And I think that's what I'll do with his costume as well. This will be red here and then white here. Same thing here. So it gives it like a clear division. Let's see. So let's keep going with his face. There's really not much more to it except for his scar. That's right here. And I can't remember if his dad gave him that while they were training. I can't remember. All I know is, or it was something like he was scalded or something like that. I can't remember. It was sad how he got injured. And let's see, he's pretty tough. So we'll make his eyes just a little smaller. This is a blue eye, and then this one is more of like a gray eye. And his eye shines are like really super tiny, so I won't probably be able to capture that. Okay, alright, so and then this part right here is the shoulders. Yeah, something like this I would want to work on it at my leisure, you know, no pressure, anything like that, but not today. We're going ancient. But yeah, what I was saying was that whenever I come up with an idea, and it turns out to be a decent one, I'll agonize over it, and then at the very last minute, that's when I pull it out of my ass. It's like, yeah, dog, this is tight. And even just like, sometimes I would, like if I really wanted something, like I really wanted to do something, and no matter how hard I tried, it just was not coming out. Sometimes I would kind of take it to bed with me, I guess. I would think about it in my sleep, and I would come up with a solution then. That's if I really wanted it. So like when I was learning how to ride a bike, I had to have training wheels because I just was not getting it. And it was a beautiful bike. Back in the day, Huffy was the shiznit, with the banana seats, and it was my very, very first bike, and I got it for my birthday, and so wanted to ride it, and I just could not get it. I could not figure it out. I could not get my balance straight. I just couldn't do it. But I really, really wanted to. And I would ride every day, and I still just was not getting it. I was still on my training wheels, and definitely was not ready for them to come off. And I dreamt about it. I dreamt that I was able to ride the bike, and pretty much like the next day, I could ride it. It's like something triggered. It's like, I get it. An epiphany, you know, I don't know. Whatever it was, after I dreamt about it, I was able to do it. I could see myself riding it. I could ride the bike, and I had, you know, it was just really weird. So that happened again when these girls were playing, like, it was like a version of patty cake, you know, like, and they were playing like in a group, and it's like, it was like, your motion was like this, like, let's see, it was like this, clap, and the opposite, clap, sideways, clap, and then you just repeat. And then I just could not get it. For some reason, I just didn't have the coordination. It was so frustrating. I just about wanted to cry. I was so frustrated. I took it to bed with me, and I saw myself doing it with like 4 girls, the motions, and the next day I got it. It's almost like I had to visualize it. I had to sleep on it. And it's like, I got it. You know, after a few more tries, I got it. It's like something that I just desperately wanted, and I got it. And I just had to see myself being able to do it. I wanted to do it so bad. So, I guess the mind is an incredible thing. It really is. Really is. Like coming up with different ideas and stuff like that, and even to this day I start to visualize, and I take things to bed with me, you know, problems, and then my mind has plenty of opportunity to go over solutions. You know, what can I do, you know, and then I just kind of turn it over, and then the ideas start to flow. Okay, I'm a little close on that. Okay, looks like I have to redo a few things. So this one right here, I don't know if they're called pauldrons, but this is on his shoulder. So much damn detail on these things. Why did I have to choose a samurai? Why do you do this to yourself, Kim? Why did you have to do anime and Inktober together? It's been a blessing and a curse. Let's see. But as you can tell, I'm not used to talking as I'm drawing. So there may be some moments when I'm just like freaking quiet. Yeah, but that's, the whining is my thought process too. That's what's going through my rabbit ass mind. Okay, so on this, it's, I don't want to say beveled. It's like layers of armor. It's gonna be fun to color. Another thought that would go to my rabbit ass mind. Okay, there's little rivets or something like that here. These guys must have been freaking strong to be able to carry all this stuff in battle. This is white. So I'll have this side be, let me just jot it down. This is going to be red, yellow, or gold. Like this will be the yellow. This will be the red. And then this little portion here will be white. And then on the opposite side, I'll have that one be yellow, blue, and whatever. So it's almost like he's wearing 2 different armors. His outfit's not like that though. It's uniformly blue. But I really want to play up the fire and ice type of thing that he has going on with himself. Yeah, but despite his dad, he really does not want to use his fire, even though he's amazing at it, and it would give him an advantage. And his father pretty much married his mom not for love, but because she could produce. She was a strong. She had a strong quirk. I guess ice was considered a strong quirk, and figured that that would be passed on to his offspring. And but he was pretty abusive, the dad. And I think, I can't remember if I'm right or not, but I think he got his scar from protecting his mom or something like that. I gotta look at that episode again. I can't remember. Yeah, thoughts are hard on Wednesday. Okay, so there's that part. Now there's an inner part right here, and then right here is loose clothing, and then this right here, it looks like it's more of an octagonal, like fish type pattern. Just elongated pattern. I don't know if I'm going to be able to capture it accurately, but that's what's going on his arm. The first one came out okay. Let's see, I'll leave that for last. Maybe I'll create something that'll allow me to get that going. Okay, he's got a little thing here. Here's his hands gripping the sword. I just kind of have this turned in a little bit. And I think there's like a little, I think that's what this is. It's like a little hand guard so that it can't get knocked out of his hand too easily. Beautiful culture. Okay. I'm going to look up some symbols. Maybe I might be able to capture what ice looks like abstractly. That way I can apply it. Okay, so now this kind of pattern here is echoed right here. I'm going to split it. Let's see. I don't like this face. I need to do something. Maybe I'll have him just have his mouth closed. He's not talking to anybody. We'll give him that samurai glare. Oops, oops, oops. Did I drop it? Oh, there it goes. That was my eraser. Keep that nearby. Oh! And I can't see where it fell. Aha! Oh, shucky ducky. Okay, there we go. Alright. And we'll just give this like a little bevel. Just to make it a little bit more obvious. Okay. And this has a couple levels. Okay, and there's a lot of little Okay, so I'll do the same thing with the symbols here. Okay, once I get his outfit down here, this is a big bow right here in the center. And then this fabric wraps around one of the plates here. And this plate is the same as this kind of plate here. Alright, let's keep going. And there's like a little design here. Yeah, this can get as decorative as you want. Okay, so this is going to be an ice sword. Let's see if I can finish up this side. Let's see. That was his fire fist here, but it'll bring it out a little bit further and back. That way we don't distract too badly. Let's see, this was the symbol right here. Make this a little bit more billowy. I gotta really fix this face. You know, it's like I have a tendency of looking in a circle. You'll see me kind of work kind of like this. And that's one way I can kind of keep proportions straight. Because if you work too much, if you're not really good, you might work too much and overwork an area. And then it's harder to kind of balance it out. At least for me it is. So I kind of work in a circle. So I'll look around, making sure that everything is kind of cohesive, because I hate to work everything down and then find out I have to erase it all. I am not that great at some of this, and I'm working flat, which is, in my opinion, a no-no. Let me see if I can get this to angle up a bit. Yeah, because I've noticed that a lot of my stuff has become distorted because I'm working flat. And when you're looking at something at an angle like that, instead of looking at it, you know, on an incline, your stuff can get, you know, distorted. So that is one of the problems I've been having, is that my artwork is becoming distorted from not tilting it upwards. So if you can, at all, if you can, see if you can tilt your artwork upwards, because working flat, you lose a lot of perspective and stuff. Like his face was way too wide. This is a lot more comfortable. I say that as I grunt and try to move forward. But this has been a really fun and frustrating Inktober. I just love seeing how my fellow artists or participants are doing. I love it. People's interpretation of these prompts has just been just so much fun to watch and to see. And I even learned some tricks from other people doing their thing, you know, or reinforced some things that I could apply to my own work. One of them is, you know, remember to vary your lines. That keeps a boring image from looking, you know, really super boring. Let's see. I'm trying to decide, do I want to have him He's really a cool character. He doesn't do the type of thing. Let's see. We'll keep his mouth like this, kind of, sort of. But, once I get in there, he's going to be very colorful. I gotta remember. Some of these, drawing some of these styles, these different anime styles, it's a lot of fun. Some are harder than others to replicate. This one's kind of hard because it's like the eyes are huge. There's a lot of eye white territory in here, so. And the eyes are closer together. Usually eyes are one eye apart. These guys, they're like a half an eye apart. So like my instinct is to go, you know, give it the eye apart type of thing. I have to go against that in order to replicate this style. So I'm trying to bring his eyes a little closer. But I think that the eyeballs, you know, the irises and stuff themselves are an eye apart. Let's see. I'm thinking I want to move his mouth somewhere, but trying to decide. Sometimes he has his lips parted. And then, but let's see, I'm trying to see if I can find one where we'll just do the half where there's like a gap. There we go. That's traditional anime. We got the bow underneath his chin. There's so much detail on this thing. Okay, I'm gonna give myself another 5 minutes. But yeah, right here, and then I'm going to ink it in, and then we'll see how the transfer goes. Let's see. So I want his hand to be higher up. Let's see, and behind him. So like right here is, I think, where I want to put it. And then the sword sheath will be like more up here. But it has to curve a bit, so let's see. Yeah. And this will give him like a bit of fire behind him, kind of dramatically. Now I wanted to do one of those samurais that had like the little flag. They would have like a flag on their back, kind of like Yoshimitsu from oh God, what is that game? It'll drive me nuts. It'll come to me probably later. I'm like, Doe, how do you forget this? It's an awesome game. But yeah, I think it was Yoshimitsu who had the flag on him. Tekken? Iron Fist Tournament. I'm trying to think of. Enter the Tekken. Yeah, I think it was Tekken. And then there was another one. What was the other game? Had Ivy and yeah. It'll frickin' drive me nuts. But yeah, they had this flag on the back. That was basically the point. Sorry, trying to focus. Okay, let's get that big ass bow here. Okay, he's got more of these little side things here with the same kind of detailing. And I think the white here is like that and not straight. I think it's just like ropes holding it together. I'm sorry, the picture that I'm using as a source image is kind of funky in itself. It's really small, is what I mean. Use your big words, Kim. Use words that people understand. Alright, okay. So this is where we are thus far. Let's see, I've got less than an hour. Okay, so like right here on his feet, his calves, let's see, this pattern that's going to be here is going to repeat here on the back of his calves. We'll give it something to hold it on to. There's a little bow. Now I like how Kimetsu no Yaiba, they seem to kind of wear a bit of what this Japanese armor looks like. Like they have the puffy pants. One of the characters has kind of like a little triangles as his design. And it opens up like right here and has like little bows on his, and it's reminiscent of these. It's really cool. Okay, and then I think when he steps, I think this should all be ice. This should be iced up and crystallize it, and we'll give him toes and sandals. You got all this protection, but you would think that you would protect your feet. And we'll just have some various cubes or icicles, or yeah, icicles would be cool. Stalactites. Okay, and then as soon as I get these plates on, I'm going to look and see what his outfit looks like, his uniform, because most of the pictures that I found, he's in his school uniform. He's not in his fighting attire. Okay, that circle is going to be like right here. Okay, so he is day 23. Let's put that on here. 2, 3. But it's got to follow the angle. Damn you, perspective. Let's see, so let's see. We'll do it like this. So 2. Well, I have it backwards, don't I? It should go smaller. and larger here, I guess. I think that's how it works. Let's see, this is 2 and 3. Yeah, as it goes into the distance, it should be, but it needs to be that way. Ugh, my perspective sucks! Okay, give me a second. So it should be kind of like this. And I wanted to put his foot on it, though. We'll put his foot like right there. Like, before I do that, let's see. So maybe we'll put it like right there. Here we go. We'll put his foot right there. Okay. All right, so we got our 2 and our 3. Make it look bigger on this side. There we go. And then let's see if we can do some ancient stuff here. Whoops. Let me bring this down this way. And I should have some ice like coming up out of the card as well. Okay, so let me look up ancient and my little font here. Bookmarks. Oops. I need a new window. Who can I sacrifice? This one. Yeah, if you participated in AnimeTober or Inktober, drop me a line in any of the comments, whatever video that you're watching, whether it be this one or another one. Let me know, and I'd love to see your equivalent. Send me a link. I'll look you up if you're on Instagram or Facebook. Let's see, Victorian fonts. Because I am too silly to come up with my own at this moment. Let's see, this is 23 ancient. And of course I moved my keyboard. Okay. Sweet. Okay. Lots of filigree on this particular letter A. That probably won't translate well with my bad skills here. Well, I'm trying. Okay, and then halfway, but on the same baseline, are the other letters. And just do some stick lines here. A-N-C-I-E. Got to get bigger. N. And then T. Make sure that T fits, and then just squeeze everybody else in there. All right. Not bad. Better than a poke in the eye. Well, maybe. Yeah, definitely. Better than a poke in the eye. Or a boot to the head. Oh, something just fell off of me. What fell off of me? Okay. Alright. Okay. And we'll just throw some more ice. We'll just give it some cubish crystal-like things. Just give them all kinds of different dimensions. Because crystals don't care. They will do what they want to do. There we go. And there'll be some, we'll throw some fire on this foot. Ooh, we should sear the card. You know, make that like black and red, where it's like being burned and curled under. So no corner for him. Don't piss these guys off. Alright, so let's see. Yeah, he's pretty badass. Alright, so let's finish up the armor right here, and then we'll apply whatever his costume has on it. If there's any designs, anything hanging down, we'll throw that on there. And then we'll see if we can ink it and see if at least I can get a silhouette put onto. This is pretty decent silhouette. And I think that's pretty much the outside. I think this is pretty much the outside. Okay. And we'll just do this sort of thing. Oops. Now, I like this type of pencil. There's very little that gets in my way. It's got like some ridges right here, but I don't really notice them. And this is a 0.5. This is a size that I find ideal. And I use it a lot if I have it on hand. But if I did have a size favorite to go to, it's usually a 0.5 pencil. Let's see, so I don't need this anymore. La 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 la. Okay, there we go. Got the bow. Alright, and we'll just kind of darken up his edges here. Okay, and this part right here should be like the dividing line. Oops. Okay, so this is part of the armor. We darken the edges there. Yeah, so one of the things I learned from learning how to do caricatures at Busch Gardens, one of the lessons was to vary your line weights. And also it was reinforced by one of the guys I follow on Instagram. And let's see if I can find his name. I think I've given him a shout out before because this stuff is a lot of fun. He does a lot of ooh, let's see, I gotta give this one a like. This is crazy. Oh, that's one of my favorites, and I'm going to switch my screen over so you can see it. It's a little racy, so just bear with me. Come on, my mouse is acting up. Okay, here we go. I'm going to switch to that. This is called Exotic Cancer, and these are Exotic Cancer always draws really racy things, and this one has ants all over these candy panties. And one of the things about Exotic Cancer is like the nails look like talons. They're usually strippers. They're blue, and they have these really strange hairs growing in different places, or razor bumps. Okay, so the guide that I'm looking for, let's see, bunny.art.manga draws some amazing work. And the guy that I follow, who's really just been an inspiration, let's see, where'd he go? Nasdras! Let's see, let me get out of that. I want to get to his page. And he does a tutorial right here with line weights and stuff. And so this kind of like reminded me that you should vary your line weights, especially if you're doing ink. I'm not going to do so much on my drawing, only because I'm going to be painting it. But I love how he fills in his blacks with these lines, these circles or solid blacks. His work has been just freaking amazing. Like this one right here, he did gun. He did, let me see if I can get out of this. Yeah, I mean, it's like, it's just another way of skinning the rabbit. Skinning a cat. You can see all the little details that he's got in the ridges here. Some of them are circles, some of them are just like various designs, some of them are faces. I mean, it's just so cool. And you could tell that his line weights are thicker and thinner and stuff like that. Okay, I digress. But yeah, if you could check out Nazdrawz, Nazdrawz, on Instagram, you will not be disappointed. And so that's what I think I'll incorporate, is just some more heavy line work like that. I gotta like. What I gotta like on? Who like me? Who like me, baby? Yeah, ghost. Okay, so back to wake. Because I don't have much time left. There we go. Okay, so let's. In order for me to keep an eye on what I'm doing, I'm going to go ahead and darken in some of this. Usually I draw light because there are times when I have to erase, which is a lot. Let's see, right here. But in order to, anything that, one good rule of thumb is that anything that is on the bottom, like this area is the bottom, right here, you can make that line a lot thicker and then keep the lines above it thinner. And it's like, it gives it weight, it makes it heavier. So to make this look heavier on his shoulder, I just need to just make this a little darker. That kind of gives you the illusion that it's giving you some shadows. So like this is covering this. And then down here, I want to make the folds heavy. So at the very bottom of the folds, let's see, this is overlapping, so this is going to be thin. And these are like right here, and it's over the plate. I think this is supposed to be over the plate. So let me erase a couple of these lines. That's the importance of drawing lightly. And when you're ready and you're confident that this is the beast, this is not going anywhere, and go ahead and make that deeper and darker and heavier than the other lines. This is a line that's under, this is underneath the rest of these folds. So all these fold lines will be thinner. This will be a heavy line because it's overlapping. And it just helps you to see the image better. It makes it a lot bolder. Okay, this is an Inktober challenge, Kimberly, and there has been no ink slung in the past hour. Okay, so let's go ahead and finish this foot here. We're not going to be able to see too much of the detail. We'll put it in fire. Bump it. Okay, so this will all be in fire. We'll see part of his foot. I want to at least see part of his foot. Okay, and the sandal. Yeah, I'll probably put some detail on when I get it onto the jacket. Famous last words. Let's see, right here. This should all be heavy. Underneath the chin. And I'm just going to darken up some of these lines. Okay, I like this song. I'm going to have to grab this. This is called Beast by Cadiso. Let me download that. And I think that'll be the song for the speed video for this. It lasts 3 minutes, so it's perfect. I'm going to start it over because it's like got me motivated. Okay. I think I'll put the fire symbol right here instead of up here. Oh, oh, let's see. This one has like little, on the swords it has like this kind of serrated edge. I'm going to do like this gentle aura around the sword. Okay, we're just about there. Alright, now I just need to find his costume and see if I can emulate some of that. Okay, so Todoroki. Let's see, he's got a zipper going straight up the front here. Let's see. He's got a belt. So we'll take his bow and put that there, and we'll kind of throw some of some of the stuff from his belt on there. Let's see. He's got this weird area here where his zipper comes up. So we'll throw that on here instead of whatever symbol. Yeah, his outfit's very simple. Let's see. I'm trying to think. He's got like these little things that dangle down. So at the end of his bow, the bow around his waist here, we'll put those things on there. So, but we'll make them a little bit bigger. All right, but the rest of his outfit's pretty blue. Let's see. So, I guess I could do that. Make it a little blue. Okay, so also let's put some. Let's see. I guess I can add those effects later. Yeah, I think I'll do that. I was going to put like little snowflakes around, and then maybe some little flames. Okay, I think we got it. Okay, so what I'll do, oh, I still got to put those, that design. I think let's see, I'll do diamonds instead. It's just easier to replicate than the octagonal shape. Let's give him some toes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and then we'll have like a blue mist or something like that that pops up here. Okay, right here. Okay, so I probably won't be able to put detail on. Well, yeah, I don't think I'll be able to put detail onto the jacket. I'll probably just have to paint it first, so I can prime it. I'll see how I go about it. But in the meantime, I'll see if I can trace it on there and leave like black marks or something like that where I don't know. I'm thinking I'm just going to go do a silhouette and then come back over it. I think that might be the better deal. But then again, yeah, there's just like there might be just too many small areas. Okay, so we'll take this one, put the rest back. You know, what I hate about transfer paper is that they fold it up like this. I know it's good for their packaging, but if the transfer paper has too many folds in it, it has a tendency of rubbing off onto whatever it is that I'm transferring onto. Let me put this in here so I don't lose it. Come on here. I spent 3 hours putting this away. Okay, I might be able to get that silhouette on there in the time. I got about 20 minutes. Okay, alright. Oh, shoot. Don't run over your jacket, Kim. Alright, so I said I was going to move him over. Now, I don't have to be constrained by this one. Well, yeah, I do. Just a little. Okay, let's see. I'm sliding this over. Okay, so he'll be like right here on my shoulder blade. Tightening it down. Okay, and then I need the board. Oh, where art thou? Board. Just had you. Shoot. Okay. Pull out another. I forgot I put it in a jacket, another jacket. Okay. There we go. Nice surface. Let's see. I'm debating on whether or not I want to use a bigger hoop. We'll see what we come up with for right now. Let's see. My little thingies here come out a little too far. Let's see. If I put them there, that's on my arm. Okay, this is the bare center. Let's see. Here's the bottom. So we'll line him up about here. I need to adjust my jacket. Let's see, I didn't anticipate my beast to be this big. Okay, let's see. Downside is that I'm not sure if I've got the board for... Oh yeah, is it behind me? We'll see. Just want to see if it'll give me a little bit more space to play with. I don't want to lose all of that. Just at least get the ball rolling. Okay, I hate this one because it doesn't have a lip to it, so it slides all over the place like a big dog. But I bought some clips, so that might help me keep it stable. Okay, so now we'll have a bigger picture here. Literally. Be able to see the bigger picture. All right. This one's a lot of fun to put on. Oh, went on just easy. Okay. Now will it tighten enough? Not really. That's as tight as it's going to get. Okay. Crap. I know it's behind me and I can't reach it. Give me a second. I'm going to have to go fetch it. Alright, now. There it is. See if this is the right size. Okay. Yes. Okay. Open sesame. So many colors. Alright. Let's raise this up so we can see it a little bit better. Not my boobs. Okay. Okay. Just need it to stay in place for a heartbeat. Where is that box? Aha! Aha! For once, something's in reach. Okay. I'm going to use a couple of these binder clips to keep that this thing from sliding all over the place. Oops. Ooh, good size. Okay, I got less than 20 minutes. Okay. Yeah, this time I won't be able to take this to take this on the road with me because I'm going to be filling it in. Yes. Okay. This will work. That'll do, pig. That'll do. Alright, let's put this down. And I got some tape here to try to stabilize it. You don't really want to leave tape on your artwork too long. I've had bad results with this kind of tape on my light table, my little light board, and it left this residue. Not pretty. So I don't want to leave any kind of residue on my artwork. Okay, so now that I've got it pinned down or taped down, and I have a corner here that I can lift up without jostling this too much. You want to keep this kind of stable, but you also want to check to make sure that you have gotten your areas all covered. And these little sheets here. See, this is one of the things I hate. These little ridges, because there's a possibility that it could leave like marks on my surface. That and my big old paws resting on this does me no justice. Okay, so for now, we'll throw some Inktober type of thingies in here. I think one of these guys is dry. Let me see if I can use this as a bit of a base so I can see it better. Okay, that's not too bad. It's not stable, but it's not too bad. Okay. Okay, let's see. It's working. So I gotta press a little harder. I don't want to make that look like a penis. It looks like a penis. Okay, shoot. I don't know if I won't. Damn. I'll leave it off. No phallic symbols today. Okay, so right now all I'm going to do is get the possible, what is it called, areas here for paint. I have to prime it. So it's going to be just a silhouette, and I think that's all I'll have time for. And this is not even all the detail. There's so much more detail that needs to be added. Now this part of the jacket has a liner in it. So I've got to press hard to overcome the liner, but pressing hard creates bumps. So I'm going to try to do it jaggedly here. Yeah, I was kicking myself because I just cannot get a nice clean line on this jacket. There are, because of the liner that's inside, it's like a mesh. It makes my ink run, it makes my paint run. It's just really super unpredictable. So what I was trying to do to overcome that was kind of like, when I get ready to paint it, kind of give it like, there's a little bit of a gap. It's not like, sometimes if I can, try to put like a little, let the mesh fall down. And if I can do that, then I have a shot at you know, being able to paint and or have a nice clean line. But I was hoping, you know, you get what you get, I guess. Yeah, but I was hoping that I didn't have that kind of issue. And I didn't think about that when I had bought it, because all I looked at was, oh crap, this is cute, and I can afford this jacket. So if you do decide to yourself draw on fabric, keep in mind of any kind of liner, because that may hinder your success. Let's see, I want to take a look and see how it's looking so far. I'm going to peel this back a little bit. Yep, it's transferring on. So I'll be able to apply the paint onto that. But let's see. Yeah, I won't be able to mask it off. The details are like way too small. So I'll just, it's better to just go ahead and go with a solid color and then come back with the details. It'll be faster that way, because sometimes it feels like you're, what is the word? I don't want to put any details there. Sometimes it feels like you're doing double the work. So it'd be easier if it was just one solid mass. Like if I made a circle, that would be easier, and then just fill in the circle with the artwork. Let's see. Okay, stop talking, more working. Okay, let's transfer just the borders, because I am tempted to do the whole thing. We'll see how it goes. Let's make it one big mass. Okay, that's the edge of that. And I'll just make this all one big mass. Let's see. Oops, don't tear the paper. Yeah, this stuff is very fragile. But it is going on there, so I can't say anything about that. Okay. I'll worry about those when I paint. Okay, I think I got all the way around the outside. Alright. Let me make sure everything is nice and white. Some of the card is not showing. Okay, the back of this card is no big a deal. I'm trying to avoid doing what I did for Yugi, where I just had a random mass and I pretty much guesstimated where he's going to fall. I underguesstimated in some spots, so it caused a delay. Okay, let's see. How are we now? Top is not too bad. Let's press a little harder. Let's see, and just for giggles, I want to see what tomorrow's prompt is. Keep my mind kind of on the prize. Dizzy Hinata. Okay, Dizzy and Hinata, sorry. Hinata's not Dizzy. Inktober. Yeah, Inktober throws me in for a loop. So I'm trying to figure out. I could do her as a young woman who's kind of like in love with Naruto. And I was watching one of the episodes of Boruto, and I really am enjoying it. I didn't think I would. I'm like, whatever. And it turns out I like it. So, I like it a lot more than I do Naruto. It was always so serious. Naruto, they didn't have a lot of fun. But this kid is having a blast sometimes. And you see the growth, you know. I can see him evolving and changing a bit. Only question I have is, as I'm watching it, is you see all this crazy shit happening around you. Why are you taking it for granted? You know, I don't know. There's like a lot of craziness that's happening. Oh, I'm dipping into the white here too, so I'm gonna switch over to the black. Let's make sure I got everything in the white. Yep, not looking bad. Let's see. So let me make sure that that side is good. Yep, yep. Not bad. That's a good transfer. Okay, so now, oh shoot, snap. His foot is going to overlap. Let me take this out. I don't need this anymore for now. Let's see, his foot is going to overlap here. Shoot, 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 shoot. Trying to figure out how, there's a lot of overlapping here. Crap. Well, I could paint over those fingers, but I'll just, it's kind of awkward. I guess I'll have it go behind it. It's gonna be hellified awkward. I could cut it off. Let's see, and just leave him in the card, but then it takes away from the visual. Shoot. And with this over it, I won't be able to see it. Shucky ducky. Dick in the box indeed. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna have to improvise on that portion. Crap. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to show that part. Let's see, is his foot going to be right over his hand? Pretty much. Let's see. So, it'll just be behind. Okay. Alright. Yeah, shoot. Okay, so that's where I am. I'm going to have to prime this before I put the rest of it on. And it'll probably end up being in another video. So all this needs to be put in with white. So that's, I guess, what I'll be doing is painting this white. Alright, this is all I've got time for today. You guys have a great one, and thank you for joining me as I put my foot into it. Now what I can do is just pretty much cover this with the white and maybe kind of bend his knee a little bit more and keep his foot like right here. So that's a thought. So we shall see for the continuing saga. Please like and subscribe. If you've got any questions, let me know. If you need links to materials that I'm using, and you're interested in doing your own detailing on a jacket or a shirt, drop me a line. I catch all the comments. I'll do my best to respond to you in a in a timely manner. So have a great one, and thank you. Okay. And that's where we are. So I'm gonna zoom it in a little bit so you guys can see. Todoroki! And all the crazy detail I've been doing for the past couple hours. Alright, my alarm's about to go off. Adios, auf Wiedersehen, and I see you in the next video. Ta-ta, ta-ta, ta-ta.